OSPOTA is this weekend, Ohio State Parks in the Year 2024. Celebrating this year 75 years, not only of Skyline Chili, but Ohio State Parks. And this year we have 75 state parks. We had a 76 has just opened. Really? 75, yes. The Great Seal opened last year, and it's official with OSPOTA. This year, Great Council up near Xenia was just opened. It's not part of OSPOTA, so next year we'll have 76 parks that we can play with. So what is OSPOTA? Ohio State Parks in the Air. It's an annual operating event. This is the 17th edition of it. So it started in 2007. It's the first Saturday following Labor Day every year. The goals are to promote public awareness of amateur radio and Ohio's beautiful state park system. We have, I'm not going to say we're unique, but we are a bit of a rare bird in that all of our state parks are free. You don't have to pay an entry fee. Kentucky's like that as well. Indiana, you have to pay a fee. South Carolina, Delaware, West Virginia, no, not West Virginia, Pennsylvania, all these different parks that I've worked in and done parks in the air, you have to pay an entry fee. Depending on the time of year, sometimes it's expensive, sometimes not so much. Ohio State Parks are all free, all year round. To contribute to the recognition of Ohio as a very diverse and wonderful ecology. When you take a look at the 75 state parks we have in the state, they run the gamut of the Little Miami is a linear park. We have islands on Lake Erie. We have parks that are in the hills, Hocking Hills. We have parks that are on the plains. We have a diverse set of landscapes. And the parks showcase what the state has to offer with the diverse landscape. We also want to promote camaraderie in the ranks of Ohio's amateur radio operators. There are 75 official parks. This contest is unlike regular parks in the air, it's voice only. There's a lot of people keep pushing FT8. There's no FT8, no digital, no CW. This is really meant to be a open, easily run contest. There's the website up there on the screen. You probably can't see it because I did the color choice. And it is sponsored by the Portage County Amateur Radio Service up in Northeast Ohio. So it starts this Saturday at 10 a.m. and runs to 6 o'clock p.m. We are going to operate at LMI, Little Miami State Park. We are going to go to 200 Center Street, Morrow, Ohio. If that one, there's a shelter there. If the shelter is busy, we'll move to 240 Main Street. 240 is the old Pennsylvania Railroad. I'll talk a little bit more about the park and what we're going to do. The rules are pretty simple. The modes are SSB. It's all HF. It's all 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10. Not a lot of bands, just a handful of the big ones. It's all voice. And you must be located entirely within the boundaries of one of the 75 state parks. The exchange is with it. When you're in a park, you have to get your 3-letter designation. Ours will be LMI. There's a list of them. I can show you in a little bit. And if you're in US or Canada, you give your state of province. If you're not in any of the US or Canada, just give the DX. Spotting is allowed. We should not allow it now. They do, which makes it much more, it's better now, especially for people that do. So right now, those are the planned operations. As of this morning, there are 44 planned state operations. Those are all the different parks that are out there with all of their codes. One of the reasons I think Little Miami normally works it because it is a hard place to work. However, this is the second year in a row somebody came in the last year like we did. No one's at Stonebrook, so we can put Stonebrook. So this is a contest, unlike Field Day. This is a contest. There are awards that are given out. 1 point per QSO. Multipliers are the state parks, the Ohio State Parks. No bonus points. So you can run for power. They'll put you in a different category, but there are no bonus points for solar power or so many stations or anything like that. So I did some looking up of prior results. So we operated KDS, as George and I did last year. We got a score of 3,432. I operated Little Miami back in 21. I only got 156 points. 2020, I worked solo, got 460. In 2015, you and Michael Stein, I believe, worked Stonewood as well. You guys got 3,666. You were there too as well. The reason why I got such a low score in 2021, I did not have 80 meters, did not work at a lot of local parks. I was able to get a couple up in the islands and like the Netherlands, and I was actually able to get somebody that was in Stone Lake, and we got. I literally walked over to his car with my radio and queued up, and we were able to do a QSO. 20 meters right there to get a head start. So that's one of the reasons why that score is so low. So that's one of the things we're going to talk about is how we're going to operate so we can get the bonus points. Yeah.
The score is that any van or per van? So if I contacted someone two vans, would that be 2 months of this one?
I believe it is per van. Yeah, it's like I said, it's pretty simple. It's what you expect. So Little Miami State Park is an interesting bird. It is a linear park. It is built on top of the railroad bed of the old Conrail, Pennsylvania Railroad, Little Miami Railroad. And the rules for the park, as stated by PCARs, you have to be at any one of the spots along the trail. There's no camping. That makes it unique in the park system. There's no camping there. All the state parks have something to camping there. You have to find what they recommend you find parking spot. So if you take a look, zoom into that map, you'll find out that mile is parking lot. Where we're going to operate is the old transfer yard for tomorrow. So there's used to be tracks in the back. I had one map showing where those tracks are, and we'll be actually operating where those tracks used to be for the freight depot and the passenger. I've operated in the past actually right on the path itself. It's kind of tough because obviously it is a very busy on next weekends, especially in the fall. It is a bike path. It's a beautiful path. It's smooth. It's pretty flat, like 2% grade at the most. And part of it too has a horse trail next to it.
It's a reason why there'd be at most 2% grade.
Well, yeah, it's relative.
Yeah.
And it was the first railroad built in Cincinnati. So it had the lowest grade. However, you can see how much it twists and turns. So the reasons why when Conrail came along and started selling the Conrail at this dismember, shall we say, it was sold. It was a mistake.
A lot of redundant lines.
Yeah, it was. So Morrow, Ohio, as you can see, is up in the northeast part of the Cincinnati tri-state. It's about 35 miles from downtown. It's a couple miles off of 71. And that is the village of Morrow itself. I know that this spot over here is where we're probably going to be operating. There is a shelter there. Otherwise, we can operate over there. There's another shelter there. The reason I don't like operating at this shelter is it's right at the hub of the bike center. So a lot of people with bikes are over there getting water and everything like that. And there's also a power line right there. I don't like having power lines in the center. So yeah, that's the spot we're looking at. It's, to put it in Google Maps, it's 25 Kibbe Avenue, or the 200 center. Google's kind of weird with that. But yeah, that's where we operated last year. It was very nice. We had picnic tables over there. There's no power at that location, so we have 3 battery boxes. And if that spot's busy, then we can go over here and you see that the little charging station's right next to it. There's a little gazebo over there.
Like that, you're on a generator.
I don't know how to try it. I don't know. So I've never had a problem with it. So my plan was I was going to bring, well, I'll talk about it. That's my plan. So George is going to bring his FT991. I'm bringing one of the 12's FTTX 1200s. I'm running off the battery box so the battery box dies. When that battery box dies, I'm going to switch over to the IC705, which is a different battery box. And that'll end up operating throughout the rest of the day. We're going to have George's vertical, his new one that he replaced the Winter Field Day one with. I'm going to bring my Wolf River coils vertical. I'm also going to bring the 8-meter dipole deployed in the ice. Like I said, a couple years ago when I did it, I did not get enough of the local parks, so I needed to multiply it. So my thought was maybe we'll either have one radio to go into totally the 8-meter. That's an idea, or we may just operate it for half an hour at 80 meter and then flip it over to another day out for half an hour to speak with you back.
Yeah, because the thing is, I have vertical, you have to pretend if we swap it, because a vertical is going to be made differently.
Right, exactly. Yep. And then we'll use F3 and N3 FJP logging. There's a pack to it. You just take the Ohio State user party, provide it with a pound file, and it works wonderfully. So that's the plan. We're going to have 2 radios that we're going to have to try to operate for the entire 8-hour period. So it starts at 10. I'm going to try to get there about 9:30-ish. Try to send some things up. And I've had fun with it in the past. The beauty of it is, parks on the air are so popular that we get a lot of out of the state contacts. People love to work us from all over the place because we're parks on the air. And I will submit our law. So that is one thing I did put on it. If you are registered with the Parks on the Air program, N3FJP will allow you to make sure you put your ID in as an operator. So the station ID will be KDSEH, your caller will be the operator. I will then submit that to P-cards for OSPOTA scoring. I will then submit that to the photo people, and they will then credit KDSEH, we have a login, we are registered with them, but they will also credit you if you put your ID in there with that as well for Parks on the Air. So you'll be operating Parks on the Air as well, secure. Like me, this is big for me. You take a look at my score sheet for the years. This is where I get most of my contacts. Normally I go to a park, do my 10, maybe 20 contacts in a month. Here, I'll be sitting there all day long and wrapping up the contacts. Any questions? I know that was kind of quick. By the way, forecast looks good. K7 area is saying our solar flex is going to be 275, so better than field day. Our planetary heating index is going to be 5, which is nice and quiet, which means we're going to have great propagation. The National Weather Service is saying that it should be only 67 high. So it's going to be a nice crisp fall day.
That's Saturday.
Yes, the temperature drops in a couple days.
I need to wash my sweater.
It is going to be partly sunny, only 25% chance of rain. So it's going to be a great day to be outside. So yeah, come on out and join us and get you set up. And if you're, I guess, the people who have all the tech licenses, come on out and get you on here. We're both extras. We can operate all the vehicles, everything we need to operate. We'll get you going on. It's kind of like field day that we're talking. We love having you come up, show you how to do it. Talk all about the parts of your program. If you want to get involved with that, I can show you the logins and everything like that as well.
Any questions online? You guys come off mute and ask.
All right, thanks. Hope to see you.
All right, thank you, Cesi.